going on, guys? So today I got a pretty awesome video for you guys, and I really hope you guys watch this because it's gonna be really good if you own an RSX EP3 and EM2, because we share pretty much the same chassis underneath. There's a few things that changes, but when it comes to suspension, we share the same thing. A few little things change, but for the majority of it, it's about the same thing. And today I'm installing my BC somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. I got my BC coils that I just got. Now I got this locally of somebody brand new. They didn't use it. They ended up selling the RSX. And I'm gonna explain to you guys what are the differences that BC sells and why you want to go with the BR version that I have here. And it is extremely necessary to go with this one, especially if you're gonna be dropping $1,000 for your suspension. You want to, get something that's gonna be worth your money. Now BC has been good for years now, and really never heard anything bad from them. And I currently have BC on my car right now, but the only reason I'm changing it out because the springs are really too stiff, and I just didn't want to. I wanted to get something new, and I found a good deal. So end of story. No more questions. But I really just wanted to get something new, start fresh. Right now, what I have, when the car, I used to have the car really stands. See if I post a picture. It was camber out, and just back in the day, it was me, all right. And the suspension was set up to be really stiff. And right now, the car is all-wheel drive, and it's just too much for it. And I'm really looking to get something more comfortable and that can, be track driven and street driven without having to hit a bump and literally just fly off the damn seat. So I got the BR version, and I already have the BR. And what is the BR? So let me see if I can get it and explain to you guys. So let me see. So this is the BC coil, the front one. So you can see here we have a flat area. I'm gonna try to do this. I am holding the camera and recording. So you can see here, this is the flat one right here. So this is the BR version. That's all it changes is right here. And what it actually does is, so let me get the camera right. So the BR, it has the flat one, as you can see, and the one that's a regular one has kind of like a little lump that goes up. And I'll see if I can put a picture for you guys so you can see the difference. So why you want to get the BR? So the BR, when you install it, your inner tie rods are not going to be in an angle like this. So what it does, it flattens it out and gets rid of the bump steer too. You're not always going to get rid of the bump steers. It's kind of a hard thing to get rid of it, but you're going to eliminate the tie rods from being in this angle, like up like this. So with the BR, as you can see, we have a flat area. And I'm going to show you in the car when we're installing it too, because we're going to be installing, I'm going to be swapping them out. But with the other one, you can see here, I'm going to try to show you. So it has the lump, and it makes your tie rods go up in a higher angle. So what creates is that bump steer that you can have in your steering wheel that kind of, when you hit something, kind of feels weird. That's why you want to go with the BR version. And now BC sells the other one, and they're the same price. So from what I've seen, when people sell the BR, it sells a lot quicker than the other one. So I highly recommend, I cannot stress this enough. If you have an RSX, you have to have this, or EP3 or EM2. They're the same thing. It's a must. There's no other reason to go with the other one. And other companies do sell coils too. And from what I'm aware of, BC is the only one that actually sells with the coil with the flat area. Now you might want to ask, like, oh, what about if I have the other version? Can I get this piece? Yes, BC actually sells them for like 100 and something. And here comes the problem, right? So if you're really low, and I'm talking from experience, I already did this because I had the oil coils that I'm talking about. And so you swap out the cup and the ones from the other coil, because this is the BR, this is extreme low. And even if you're not going to be low, trust me, get this. I cannot stress this enough. So even if you're not going to be low and you swap out the cups, so the coil, not the coil, but this piece right here inside from the other one is a lot longer because it wasn't designed to be extreme low. So I know I'm talking a lot, but I really hope this helps some of you guys, because I wish somebody would have shared this information when I first started with with the RSX or anything suspension in general. I think somebody's here. So I have my mailman dropping me car parts. So I don't even know where I left off. So what I was talking about the coil is, So let's say you have the other version that is not extreme low and your tie rods have the angle like that. I have made this piece as a billet one. So what you can see here. So what it does, you can see it has a little up. So the OEM one is just flat. So imagine the hole is just right here. So instead of being up here. So when you put the tie rods in, what it's gonna do is it's gonna angle your tie rods to go up and eliminate some of that bump steer on your car. So you can see here, it's like a little, it goes up 35 degrees up. So eliminates that, some of that bump steer that you will have. And I also sell some of the billet sliders. So this go into your steering rack and it prevents that. If you ever have that steering, it feels kind of like soft, kind of weird, this will help. Trust me, there has been so many guys that have this and it helps. Now I had the plastic one and it worked great, but the problem was it with the heat with my manifold, it overheated it. And when I took it out to service it, to, you know, grease it up, that thing was, it wouldn't even go back in place. So that's when this happened. I made this piece. So I don't want to get into too much of that, but yeah, mainly it's the coilover, guys. I cannot stress this enough to get the BR version. For an RSX, it's no brainer. Like, it's a must. So BC has the camber adjustment on the top too. So overall, I think if I had to choose a suspension, it would be this, like, day and night, because they're the only company that offers the shock, the piece right here with the flat area. So they know that our cars are not the best design when it comes to the steering system. So I'm very happy that they made this piece. Now they've been offering it for years, and I wish, like I said, I wish somebody would have told me, like, yo, get the BR version, and there goes $1,000. I ended up selling the suspension for somebody that wasn't low. Now if you're not too low, I still don't suggest the other one. I still suggest the BR version, because that day you want to go lower, you can, and this go pretty low, believe it or not. And also the last thing I want to do is, BC sells custom springs too. So let's say you're one of those guys that are like frame bang and wants to like be super low, you can call BC and they'll sell you custom. Now you can call and they'll custom make you one. So you got to tell them that you want a shorter shock and you want shorter springs. So you having the shorter shock, when it goes down, it won't hit your axle. Believe it or not, I've been there too. So I'm trying to share some good information with you guys, because there's really nobody that has, or pretty much been through the experience that I have. So I want to help you, and I want you to order something that's going to work great for your car. So if you're one of those guys that are extreme low and wants to be like frame banging, call them and be like, hey man, I watched your YouTube and he said that you guys, you know, sell custom springs. So I believe this is like a 6 or 7 inch springs. When I was really low, I had like I believe a 4 inch, and I had ordered some custom shocks right here. So they were really short. And what happens when you lower the car, the shock right here, as you can see, when you lower it, it goes down this part right here, and it will hit your axle. Been there and fuck them all up. So call them, be like, yo, I'm looking to get drag frame down the freaking highway, and I want the course to be freaking amazing. And they'll set you up, because this go really low, don't get me wrong, but if you're trying to do fender lip or anything like that crazy, call them. They'll get you something custom done, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and install them in the car, show you guys some of the tricks that I got under my sleeve to show you how to mount them on the car. So yeah, call them, let them hook you up. You know, it's $1,000, it's a lot of money. So I want you guys to get something that's going to be worth your money, because I believe they're probably the best company for our cars to make product. Because like I said, everybody else makes that shock with the, the metal piece with the little lump, and it's just not good at all. It's, even though I believe K-Tune sells and other companies sell inverted tie rods, it's still not the same as having this right here. And even me myself selling this to help you guys out, get rid of the bump steer, this is pretty amazing product too, because instead of you buying the whole entire piece and spending like $200-300, you can just buy this and it'll raise your tie rods up like you will need. So I'm trying to help you guys and direct you the best possible way, but if you want something custom, give them a call. And this is not a sponsored video in any way like that. I just want to help you. So we're gonna go ahead and install them, put them in the car, and I'm gonna do just one side at a time, and not gonna show you the other side because it's pretty much gonna be repetitive. But sorry if this was pretty long, but I wanted to get this to you guys. I want you guys to learn something, and you know, you're dropping $1,000, so I want you to, you know, be informative, and because there's no other video like this right now that I'm aware of that can show you what I've been through, at least, you know what I mean, because I'm talking from experience. So we'll go ahead and put it on the car, and let's go. All right guys, so here I got all 4 coils in here, and here is Dory. Now this is her. We're gonna be taking out the old coilovers that she has right now, and again, like I said earlier, these are BC that she already has, but the springs are a little bit too stiff, and it's just not the setup for an all-wheel drive car at the moment. So we'll be taking them off. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this side first, and then the back ones, but I'm gonna show you how to do the front, because the front is a little bit more difficult than the back. The back is literally 3 bolts, so very simple. But there it is, guys. She is not tuned yet, but again, she is completely all-wheel drive right now. So I'm gonna see if I can get some little clips later on the back where the diff is at, and anything else that maybe you guys would be interested in seeing. But here it is, brand new BCs. So let's get to it. All right guys, so you can see got the wheel off. Make sure you put a jack stand under it, even those Harbor Freights are a piece of shit, but I always leave my jack under it just in case that ever gives out. That'll still somewhat save me. So if you have the stock ones, it should be a 14mm bolt, but I got some some titanium bolts right here, so that should be a 14. And then the bottom, you can see here, it's a pretty old, I mean not really old, I really don't drive the car, it just got oversprayed over the time when I bed liner all this inside. So this is what I'm talking about. The tie rods, you can see here, mine are still in this angle. So imagine if I had the one that's not a BR version, so it'll be like whoop, like that. So now my tie rods will be up here, and my tie rods be on that angle that you don't want. All right, so I'm very happy I'm showing this. Actually is right here, actually give you a better idea. So you can see this is what you want that angle with the tie rods. Now I don't have the tie rod razor on my car, and I wish I did, because it would be actually perfect, nice and straight. I still have a little bit of tilt, but I can't do it because of my exhaust. It hits my exhaust when I raise the tie rods, so it kind of sucks, but it's not that bad. As I've seen, you know, I had it back in the days. It was, I'm talking about, it was crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna loosen this up, the bottom one up, and to take this one off is a little bit tricky sometimes because I usually hammer it out or find a way. But yeah, I'm gonna loosen the top ones and then loosen this ones up. But I usually put another jack under here, so what it does, like under here, and I'm gonna show you that in a second, and it keeps a lot of the load, and it's able to take off the shock a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right guys, so I got both the bolts loosened up, so you can see here, and major trick right here, you got to put a jack under this piece right here. So what it does when you loosen it up, you're able to take out the bolts super easy. You can see here, this side gets stuck, so you can see here, look at that. So as soon as I let that loose, it's gonna drop this down, and if you don't have the jack under it, so what's gonna do is gonna make a lot of load. It's not gonna let you take out this bolt easy as I did. So a little quick tip there, hope you use that. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and take those off, and the last bolt that I will have, it will be the one for the tie rod, and we should be able to take it out, and also the brake line. All right, so I got these 3 off. See here, well, got all of them off, and now all I got left over is this and the brake line. Should be able to come out 12mm, and I believe it's a 17 right here. So let's get that over with, and we should be able to put the new one in. What the heck? go. All right, so the last step we got is right here, and removing this inner tie rods can be a pain in the butt. So the way I do it, I put the nut back in here and I hit it with a hammer through here, sort of like this, because last thing you want to do is smash the threads in here. So I hit here slowly up like that, right? And then if it doesn't want to come out, I hit the side of this with the hammer really hard. You can see here I hit it a couple times, and I've done it before in the past. So you want to hit this pretty hard if it doesn't come out through the bottom, like so. But you do not want to smash the threads onto here. And then I want to remove the 12mm right there, and you can see this is ready to come out. So here we got the old one in. You can see it has the Swiss springs. I mean, they look old, but I really don't drive the car often. And we have the spinner wrenches here, and what is this for? It's to lower your coilover or go higher. So you can see here, the new one is just about a ½ inch higher, and I'm gonna try to match it to that. I mean, that to that, so the same height. So when I put the car back to the ground and get it to driving, I don't want to have like a 3-inch gap between my tires. So I'm gonna show you that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loosen this one up, okay, and then I'm gonna push this down. So what that does, brings the thread down, and we're gonna be able to match it as close as possible to this. So you can see that. All right, so there you guys saw me adjusted it down a little bit more. As you can see, we literally just about the same right now, maybe a little bit higher on this one, but I can adjust tune it once I lower the car on the ground. Now these springs are a little bit softer than this ones. You can obviously see this ones are a lot thicker than this are. Okay, these are Swiss springs. People always talk about they're better. I personally didn't feel no difference, but obviously I did feel the difference because they were a lot more stiffer, but that's about it. But those are, I mean, I really can't talk much about them because I mean, I just personally didn't feel crazy difference between it. But here it is. I adjusted it, and if I want to go more lower, obviously I will be able to once I put it on the car. But you can see this is the same process for all of them. Literally everything's the same. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back on, put the bolts here, the one here, and the ones up top, and obviously the 12mm bolt for the brake line. But yeah, that's the front one. Just make sure you don't smash your tie rod bolts, because you will have to get new ones, and I've done that as well. So make sure you hit this area right here pretty hard with the hammer if you have to. You can see here, I've done it plenty of times. So, or they rent a tool too in case yours doesn't come out. All right, so here we go, guys. I went ahead and put everything back on. Got the new one, and we also got everything bolted up in here. You can see, nice and tight. I went and adjusted this a little bit better. And then about the dampening, now this has 30, I think a 30 weight, and I leave it straight in the middle, so I leave it at 15. So I start all the way from soft all the way left, and then I click 15 times. You can hear this, let me see, you can hear it. I don't know, you won't be able to hear it, but I leave it at 15 all the way around, and then I drive the car. Now I would feel how the car feels. If I feel like it has too much like travel in the front, like too much wheel travel, then I'll come and harden it a little bit more, the dampening. Okay, so what that does, it just prevents this, and the fluid on the shock gets, I don't know how actually what happens, but you move this little knob and magic happens. So leave it in the middle, and if you feel like that's perfect, or you feel like it's too soft when you hit it like a pothole or something, you can harden it up. This is why the suspension is so good about it. So it has the dampening on there. So got this side done. Now we just gotta get to the back side. I'm gonna be doing the other side off video because it's pretty much the same process as this side. But yeah. All right, so when I put the wheel back on, I'm gonna go ahead and check the clearance, make sure I like the fitment how it is, because if it is not, I'm gonna take the wheel off and readjust it, either to go high. Oh no, actually, look at that. Oh shit. Oof, that's perfect. What I wanted right there. That's how it was before. Now I just gotta drive it around, make sure it's not gonna be like a lot of wheel travel, and then I adjust the dampening if I want to more. But this side's done. Really like how the fitment came out. I really did match it to the other one you can see here, even though that one has stiffer springs. But really, damn, I really like that. Actually came out really, really nice. So there you go. These are 15-inch wheels, guys, too. So somebody's gonna ask, 15-inch. So they're pretty small with some big tires, since the car is all-wheel drive. So this side's done. Now you can see new hardware and everything there. And I didn't put the nuts. I ended up using the old ones that I have, the titanium ones. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. You can see the car just sits here a lot of the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap them out, and then I'm gonna show you the back. The back is really, really simple. But damn, I'm really happy. That came out really, really nice. I love that. So go ahead and get that side, then jump to the back and show you guys. So there you go. I took out the driver's side one, and you can see it here. And I'm so happy with the fitment. It's absolutely crazy. Look at that. It's exactly how I wanted it. I didn't want it any lower or any higher, and I actually cannot go any lower. This is our max out in both sides, so I'm beyond happy how it is. I was kind of scared that it wasn't going to sit at the same right height. It was going to sit a little bit higher, and now I just got to do the back, and I'm going to show you that. But this side is completely done. You can see here we got the new one, and like I said, I'm gonna leave it in the middle. I'm gonna click it all the way to soft, and then I'm gonna click it 15, and it should be right in the center. So we got the front done, and now I'm over here in the back. Already started it. It's just really hot out here, so I'm trying to get it done. Now the back is really, really simple. It's literally one bolt here and two nuts up top. The two 14s up here and a 17 right over here. Okay, so you can see already losing it up. So it's pretty simple. And here's the all-wheel drive. This is the wagon diff that I'm currently running in the back. You can see here. So I haven't really posted much about that, but I know some of you guys want to see it. So I'll show much as I can. Really can't see that much there, but yeah, car is all-wheel drive. So like I said, 17 and two 14s up top. So I'm gonna show you the inside real quick. So you can see I don't have nothing in here inside, and if you were gonna have all this plastic stuff here, and you're gonna have to remove them. So you can see 14 there and 14 in the back, and it's gonna be the same process for this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and show you the suspension once I get it out. All right, guys, here we go. We have the old one here, and this have the Swiss springs, and this do not. So you can see the difference on the springs. It's definitely a lot bigger here than it would here. So there we go. So I want the soft ride. This was the old days with this kind of stiffer suspension, but it worked really good. But now we're gonna put this new one on. So I gotta readjust it. It's gonna be the same process in the front. I'm gonna loosen the cup, and this cup is gonna go down like so. And then you can see it's just a little bit too short on this side. So we're gonna have to make this longer. All right, so there's, guys. I ended up loosening this up, and all you do is move the cup down. So it's really simple. You can't mess that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that back up in there, and then I'm gonna show you a little trick that I got it. I used the jack to hold that up, and check it up, and that makes it go in the hole. Really, really simple right there. So go ahead and put that back on, and just got the other side to do, and we should be done with this suspension thing. And I have to pretty much adjust the dampening all around, drive the car a couple times, and feel what I would like the car to feel like. So here it is, the back. All right, guys, so you can see here I used the jack under it. I put the 17mm bolt, and then I put the two 14s up top. So 14 there, and it's gonna be the same process here for the back. Now everybody's gonna have that plastic stuff here, or the whatever is our carpet stuff, and you're gonna have to remove it. Obviously I can't show you that because I don't have any of it. So Other than that, this is how we do the back. Like I said, the back is the easiest one to do. 17, 214s, and it slides right out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, knock it out. And I use the jack, and what that does, it pushes the suspension up into the two little holes, and I just have to put the little nuts. Super easy like that. So this side is done. I'm gonna put the wheel on and see about the other side. So we're finally done. The whole suspension is back now. I honestly forgot it has Swiss springs all the way around. As you can see here, these are not the OEM springs from BC. These are, yeah, my hands are super dirty. So we're about to go on a test drive, and I'm not gonna be doing any pulls. The car is not tuned. The tuner is supposed to come back in about 2 weeks, and we're gonna go tune the car. I will have a video on that if you want to watch that. But the suspension is completely out, and I'm about to go for a test drive and see how it feels. And I am gonna be adjusting the dampening. Right now, the dampening in the front, I have it at 15 right in the center, and the back is at 20. So I want the back a little bit stiffer than the front. And so yeah, I'm gonna go and take it for a test drive and see how it is. And I forgot I left this here. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the back, the fitment. Look at that. So the fitment is good. I'm very happy with that. Took me a little while to get it dialed in on this side, but every other side was perfect. So let's go for a test drive. Go. I don't have my gauges hooked up yet, but I will. Still have all the wiring here on the bottom. So I'm gonna go for a test drive. Oh, before something says about my gas, I have a fuel cell. So that doesn't read, but I know I have a full tank in the back. And my airbag's right here. Right there. So I haven't put it on yet. The car feels a lot better without hitting any bumps. Yeah. Oh, we got a red light. Car feels pretty soft right now. Might have to adjust the dampening a little bit, but as of right now, it feels pretty good. I'm feeling it. So might have to adjust probably the dampening to 20 and probably 25 in the back, since right now it's 15 and 15 here, but and 20 in the back. So maybe a little stiffer because it feels a little bit too soft. But overall, right now I'm pretty happy. Now I can't do any pulls. The car's not tuned. I'm just feeling the suspension, and it's a little soft. I ain't gonna say that. So I might have to adjust the dampening a little bit better. But this is what you want to do when you put a new suspension, and you also want to get in a fresh alignment. So I will be getting her in fresh alignment very soon. But overall, I can honestly say I'm very happy how it feels right now. Yeah, we got the cheetah print here. Alright guys, so we'll go and pull over, probably take some pictures, and end the video here. Appreciate again you guys watching. Hopefully this helped you guys out. I know it's a little bit loud in here, but I'm going to be making more videos of the all-wheel drive stuff, so stay tuned for that. I've been really busy with all the work, but thank you for you guys watching, alright?